Guys, we got Heron Preston in the building right now.
Hey, this is it.
This is a live
We made
stream.
it. I made it. Let me take my glasses off.
Nah, that's fresh. Fuck with those glasses.
Oh,
You look like an action figure.
oh yeah. Should I put it back on?
Yeah, it's kind of sick.
Keep it action packed.
Yeah.
You do look like an action figure.
Yeah, when you walked in, I was like, it was like
You
moving
know
action
about that
figure,
action.
dude.
Oh, can I have some water, please?
Of course, bro.
Thank you. Whoa.
Ice cold.
So this is it, huh? Where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, we've been here. Got the whole cut and sew operation. Just using it as like a personal art studio type shit, you know?
Sick. And you still have Tennessee too?
So I got the print shop in Tennessee, and over here, just where I could cook up, you know?
Sick. Here's a camera.
Yeah.
Vibes.
So yeah, I mean,
First stream. What are you guys talking about?
I don't know.
We just started.
Yeah, we
waiting on
just
you.
started. Perfect timing.
I haven't seen you
Fucking.
for a minute.
I know,
Actually,
right?
I ran into you. Oh, it was Lucien, no?
I don't know. I see you out and about
Everywhere,
here and there,
yeah.
right? Yeah. See you a lot of actually.
What were
But
you
it's
up to
always
today?
blips, you know.
Nothing. I was just in the studio, just getting the brand ready for
Right.
relaunch this year.
I'm hyped for
A
that.
lot of like logistic shit, like mind-numbing business stuff.
That's what I'm on now, bro. Trying to run this shit like a real business, you know?
Yeah, that's
like,
real.
That's part of it all. That's part of the art too, bro. Like, just making sure this shit actually stays alive.
Right? It's like the inside of your body, right? Like the shit you can't see, right? The shit you can't see is what keeps us alive.
Yeah.
So it's like the behind-the-scenes logistics that keep us growing.
Real
Once
shit.
that falls apart, you know, it's a wrap.
Real
Where's
shit.
your studio at?
In Red Hook.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
sick.
Yeah, my friend just got a spot out there too.
Oh, chat. Look at
There's the
ID
chat.
on the hoodie. This is old. This is really old vintage Heron Preston. It's a
Damn.
vibe. It's got
Vintage.
nylon
I like it.
with like the
Fire.
safety, on the back,
That's
safety
tough.
tape on the back with a pocket.
How many years is vintage status?
Shit. I don't know, like 5+ years maybe. I don't know.
So now 5 years vintage. This
Yeah.
is vintage.
That's vintage.
This is vintage. This is 10
That's
years.
vintage.
Yeah. No, this is
That was a fun
legendary
project.
collab.
We were
bro.
like on our hands and
Legendary
knees writing,
Cutting the
in
sleeves.
like Kerwin's
Yeah.
house.
What do you remember about that? So Kerwin hit you up to do the collab or what?
Yeah. Like, what was it? Like a 3-way? It was like me, you, or Spaghetti Boys, Off-White, HP. We all had our own separate styles.
Yeah.
I did like a cut-off crew neck sweatshirt with everything hand numbered in the back out of like 50 pieces or something.
Yeah.
You know, that was the vibe. We were all like hand touching the
Yeah.
product, limited edition, just something for the streets.
No, I always loved your shit too, cause like you would always number your shit. You would always like put handmade details, like fucking with bootleg shit, like
Yeah.
the street sweepers.
The street sweepers.
Like just, I feel like we're on the same wavelength when it comes to shit like that. you know?
Yeah, it was all about giving people what they were never supposed to have. Like those Street Sweepers was a 3-way collab, an imaginative collab of like Gucci, Bathing Ape, and Nike, right? Like these 3 brands still to this day have never collaborated together. So we do the impossible and we give the streets and we deliver to the people what they were never supposed to have. So that's kind of where the bootlegs came from.
Here, Sean, take a photo of it. It's for the story. Let people know we live. Sean, we're live.
What's up?
Oh, I need one on my phone too.
Here, take another one, Sean. Yeah, live streaming. It's.
So you do this every Thursday?
I'm trying to. This is our 3rd one, so.
Sick.
5, 3, 2. Here goes. 3, 2.
That's what's up. Thank you.
Of course.
So wait, this is what is this? Twitch or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
We were hopping around. We started on YouTube, then we went
Yeah.
to Kick.
Nice.
Now we're on our Twitch.
Why'd you land on Twitch?
It's
Best
just
interface?
like everyone's happy here. I don't know. everyone's just,
Best
everyone's
community.
like, go
Okay.
to Twitch. So
Is it good vibes?
It's a culture thing. Okay.
All love.
Here, one more.
That's what's up. How do you like the studio here in Long Island City?
I
It
like
was
it.
funny. I was driving. Sorry. Yeah.
I like it. It's no, they already know.
Ah,
But
this is memories.
it's
I
super
was-
chill. Like to find a spot like this in New York, it's super rare, bro.
Yeah, this is a huge space. I was out here like I remember it was giving memories because when I was working with Ye, we had to package his windbreakers, and he wanted us to vacuum seal them, and we bought like a home vacuum sealer, like a food saver, and they were coming out like really perfect, like too perfect, like a CD packaging. Yeah. And then he was like, man, I want it to be like more crumpled up, and we needed to do a high volume of like windbreakers, and so we found a factory in Long Island City that was like packaging food.
Well, this was for the invite jackets.
Yeah, the invite jackets. Yeah. So Justin Jound and I had to find a factory that could like a big industrial machine of a vacuum. Yeah. So we went to this cheese factory out here, like around this neighborhood.
That's insane. So to like mass fucking seal them, you had to do them.
Yeah.
Because I remember me and Kerwin pulled up to help seal them shits too. No, that shit was legendary. That shit looked so cool.
Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, those were the days.
Those were the days, man.
What do you think about the current days? How are you feeling?
Man, it just feels cooked. It just feels like we need a reset.
Yeah.
You know, it just feels like things have been so overdone.
Oversaturated,
overhyped, no time or no space to really fucking breathe. You know, I just feel like it's just time for a kind of like a dial back or sort of a reset.
Yeah.
It's just a lot, you know? It's a lot. So
what do you think that takes for the reset?
I think that takes like restraint, discipline, focus, and just confidence. You know, you kind of want to fall into doing what people expect you to do all the time, and it's just like, man, it just gets a bit like, you know, scary when you want to change up your flow. Yeah. But I think that's just sort of the bold and sort of risky moves that it's going to really take to sort of push it forward.
Facts. Like, that's my problem recently. It's just like, you know, I have to make money to keep this shit alive, but I also just want to really focus on what I want to make. But the stuff I really want to make, you know, making clothes is expensive, and doing what you want to do, like, you have to sell it for a higher price and shit. And it's like just finding that balance of like making stuff to keep the business alive, but also like making the art that I want to make, you know?
Right, that like fulfills your soul and like, you know, and just keeps like feeding your soul. It's like always the fun stuff. The stuff that maybe sometimes doesn't really make the most money for you, but I think that's that balance that you're talking about that helps you sort of stay alive and keep that joy, you know. You know, I'm dealing with like warehousing in Europe and tariffs and trying to find the people who can fulfill my orders the fastest. Yeah. So, you know, it's like we're working so hard to get this brand relaunched and then to launch and then have a factory just like drops the ball on like shipping and stuff. So it's a lot, you know, it's a lot. I don't think a lot of people out there who like are watching us from the outside understand how many moving parts.
You got to juggle so much,
details.
bro.
You got to juggle so much. Yeah. I wish I had like 2 or 3 of me.
No cap, bro. You know? This shit, like, it's impossible without help, bro. Like, that's what I realized. Like, I need as much help as I could get.
Yeah, seriously.
Building that team is important.
But I see, man, you have that battery in your back. Like, I just always think about like all the big projects you did.
Yeah. This is the first time in my life where like I feel the stress and pressure, bro.
Oh, no way,
like,
really?
Yeah, because it's like I just bite off way more than I could chew, and it's like, all right, now like there's a certain number I have to make every single month to keep this shit afloat. Right. And I'm like, oh shit, like I pull off miracles every month, but I'm just like, you know, how many times can I do a magic trick, you know?
yeah. You want to get to that point where it just becomes this like well-oiled machine. Yeah.
Building a machine, I always say that. Yeah. I'm just building a machine. All the parts need to work. Yeah. Then everything just goes perfect.
Exactly. You know? That's the goal.
Yeah. It's scary. But
that's the goal. Chat's tapped in.
Hustler shit. They said, what's the most underrated, undervalued brands, vintage and new?
Shit.
Damn. Jonah, what you think? Most underrated brand, Jonah?
Currently?
Yeah, current. For sure.
That's tough. I feel like I don't pay that much attention to that many new brands. I kind of just stick to like the 4 or 5 that I have always loved. I felt like Supreme was underrated for the last couple of years, but now it seems like
now
they're
everyone
back on the map. Yeah. I don't know. There's probably some young kid out there that's like going insane that I don't know about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the kids that's like that we don't know about.
Yeah.
That's the vibes. I see a lot of vibes in like Southeast Asia, Africa, just like cool shit that's not happening in like the major like markets. I'm really curious about
honestly,
what's happening in like those parts of the world.
It's crazy. In the last like 2 years, probably, my mind's really been blown by like how many versions. Like we have our little world that we've known for the last like decade of who's doing what. There's so many of those like all around the world. It's like people will show me like, oh, this guy in Germany is like doing this, and it's like going insane, and you're like, wow, I've never heard, like I didn't even know that was the thing.
Yeah. I'm out of the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I find underrated stuff every day, but it's underrated to me. You know, to someone in the other part of the world, they might be like, what? How do you not know what that is? You know.
Real shit. When did you start making clothes, Heron?
When did I start making clothes?
Yeah. Or making art. When did it all start?
Like, it started in San Francisco. I grew up in San Francisco. I was like a little skate kid, consumer of culture.
Yeah.
And I started making T-shirts. I started screen printing by hand. Since I was skating, I knew all the skater print shops in San Francisco, and so they had like just upgraded from like a manual 4-color press to like an automated automated screen printing machine. So they gave me that like 4-color press in the corner, and all I had to do was make screens. This was This is when American Apparel was just like the blanks to get. And so I was just like getting American Apparel, screen printing the shirts myself, and this was like, I don't know, I was probably like 16, 17, like just out of high school, senior, and just started making T-shirts. And I was working retail in San Francisco on Haight Street. If anyone's familiar with the Bay Area, there's this like street in San Francisco called Haight, where there was like Stussy at the time, and then there was True, which was like a streetwear store, and then True Soul that stole all the sneakers, and then FTC had all the Nike SBs, and it was just this like little retail corner, and that's where I learned how to make line sheets and like sell to stores. I was selling like Fred Siegel in LA, and I had like accounts in Japan, but those were the early days of just like, that's the beginning of Heron Preston. I didn't know any other brand name. I was like, oh, well, there's like Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger. What about Heron Preston? And like the logo was in cursive. But you know, that's what the beginning.
Those were the OG.
Those were the
so
OG.
How'd you build it up from there? Like,
man, from there, you know, I went to Parsons. I moved to New York.
Yeah.
And since I was hand screen printing everything myself, I lost touch of that, and I was so attached to that hand feel that when I moved to New York, I lost it. I stopped making T-shirts for a while. I picked up a camera. I started at the time, it was called blogging, right? So it's sort of like this where I was a content creator. Yeah. But it was a little different then. That content turned into a book. I had readers, right? Like we have all these people in chat watching. One of them was a book publisher, and he saw the content I was creating. He was like, "Yo, this could be a book." Yeah. So I published this book based off of an old joke. Living in New York, like New York felt like a high school for me. It just felt like a big kids' high school. So I made a yearbook for New York, and it was like 200 people featured in this book, all shot on Polaroid photography. Because at the time, Polaroid was going out of business, so I like bought up all the rest of the Polaroid in the city and just like shot everyone on Polaroid, scanned every Polaroid, and that was the yearbook. Yeah. Nike sponsored that launch for that yearbook called The Young and the Banging. And after I did the book, I was like, man, I want to get back to T-shirts. And that's when the bootlegs started. Okay. The first one was the Givenchy bootleg with the Rottweiler.
Legendary.
And then people really loved it. That shit went like viral on Tumblr. Yeah. And then from there, I think I did the NASCAR bootleg.
That's when I first saw you. Was the NASCAR.
That was the NASCAR bootleg. Yeah. And then I was like, well, are bootlegs just T-shirts? What about like something else? And then the Street Sweeper Air Force Ones came out, where I would take them to a shoe cobbler in Chelsea and have him like remove the Nike swooshes and sew on like the
Gucci Bapesta.
The Gucci Bapesta. Eric Emanuel like hooked me up with some fabric.
Wow.
So so he slid in and helped me figure that one out. And then after that, I think I did probably like the Department of Sanitation collaboration. Yeah. It was like really sort of pushing like the boundaries or what people again were expecting, right? Of like a typical collaboration. I was like, man, what if I collaborate with the city instead of like a brand? What if it's like with the city? And so, you know, I was getting into sustainability at the time, and that's how I was sort of directed to the Department of Sanitation. And then from there, I launched the full-on brand in Italy.
The pieces came together.
All the pieces. So those like the building blocks.
It's cool to witness that. Like, I witnessed some of that, and it's just cool to see like how much it grew, and like from the street sweepers to like a real full brand that's made in Italy and everything. Like,
Yeah.
it's just awesome, bro.
It was trippy. It's like from a kid in New York, didn't know much about fashion, from San Francisco, sneaking into fashion shows. No one knew I wasn't getting invitations, but I'm living in New York, and I'm like, yo, Fashion Week is here. I want to
gotta
go to
make it
shows.
happen.
Sneaking into shows, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm getting invited to the shows. All of a sudden, I'm doing the runway shows.
Yeah.
So it's just this like building blocks. It's never really some plan. It's like, you know, your passion sort of just unlocks sort of
The
these.
passion's what's gonna take you further than anything. you
Yeah,
know?
I
It's
never
like-
had a plan, bro. It was
Yeah.
always just like
Same.
fulfilling my soul with like creative projects.
Yeah.
And then like the doors open naturally.
It's real shit. Like when a kid asks and says, "Yo, what should I do?" Da, da, da. Like you can't explain like, "Oh, you have to do this." Da, da, da. Like our story is so many like moving parts and shit. So it's like you literally just have to start and like walk and take a step, and everything's gonna come together. Like
Yeah.
because you can't say, "Oh, you have to do this, fail," but then once you fail, you're gonna learn this and then do this. Like, there's no. method, bro.
There's really like not a script except for just be yourself and just get your ideas out.
Yeah.
You know, the world will be attracted to that energy. You know, you'll connect
Yeah.
with the right people, and that's just how the sort of snowball
It's
starts
amazing,
to sort of.
bro. It's amazing that when you just walk in the right direction, everything starts coming together. Like it's truly amazing.
Yeah, be yourself. That's it. You know.
What do you think of Fashion Week nowadays? I never even know when it's Fashion Week. It just pops up.
It's too,
I don't get invited to shit. No one fucking tells me it's Fashion Week.
I
just figure it
literally
out.
just DJ the parties.
That's it. That's lit.
I just play music at the parties.
Uh-huh.
You know, that's about it. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm also locked in the studio right now. Like I'm so focused
Yeah.
that, you know, all of this becomes sort of distractions for me. So I just play the parties and I just get back to my studio and just like work.
No, same. I'm just here. I'm treating this like a 9 to 5. Like I show up, I make sure to be here in the morning, work until I have nothing else to do. You know, so it's like that's the only way I can make it work right now is treating it like a real job. You know.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. It's like it needs your attention and your love. So, you know, you get out as much as you give into it, right? You put into it.
Yeah.
What are they saying? Speaking about putting invites in napkin holders. What?
I
When was
remember
I
Heron
talking about
speaking,
that?
putting invites in napkin holders. This guy said, "Yo, can you front me $50K to start my beekeeping, chicken, and weed business?"
I am not outside anymore. I'm not. I'm a dad now, guys.
Oh shit!
I got
Congratulations!
I got
by
a
the way, bro.
I got a
Hell yeah.
2-year-old daughter
Dude,
now.
that's beautiful.
I am not outside no more. I'm in the house, in the crib, like
That's
playing with my
beautiful,
baby. I love her so much. But I try to get outside when I can. I'll be outside tonight. You know, you might catch me in the streets tonight, but most of the time I'm locked in the crib or in the studio. You know,
Oh man, congratulations!
life changes, man. It's like,
Congratulations!
thank
on
you,
that, bro.
thank you.
Like, did everything change when that happened?
Yeah, I mean, you know, being a parent it's a lot of work. And damn, that one little baby of mine just demands so much attention and love and care. And I'm learning a lot. It's awesome, man. It's really awesome. It's like making me sort of relive my childhood all over again and like seeing the world through her eyes. But you know, I try to like find the balance.
Yeah.
You know, I try to find the balance. But it's good. It's fine. It's all good. I love it.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
What's good, bro? How are you?
Here, Mike, give me your chair.
What's up?
Guys, we got Mike the Ruler
The
joining
Ruler.
the party. What's up, Mike? How are you?
Here.
I'm back.
Mike's a regular
back.
now. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we loved, everyone loved the Luke and Mike stream a lot.
Yeah, we had to run it
Everyone's
back.
seen
I saw that
everywhere.
one everywhere. So many clips.
Just gonna get clip 2.
What were you up
Clip
to
two.
today, Mike?
Where are you coming from?
Oh, I just woke up. Hella jet lag. I came back from Tokyo the night before last night.
Oh, nice.
Last night I was with these guys.
So that was
Yeah.
Wait, you were just like this then?
That was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that was 2 weeks ago. Okay.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah, so I was, but I went to Tokyo. That stream was on a Thursday, and then I went to Tokyo that Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it was nice, but it's hella claustrophobic. I mean, everyone here has been to Tokyo, and it's a place where I think the first time you go, it's like so stimulating. But even the first time I was there for over 2 weeks, and at the end of it, I was just like 12 days into the 16 days I was there, I was over it. And this time, come back 9 days, felt kind of claustrophobic. I mean, I was staying in Shibuya, and that's just like the population density is brutal. It's, I grew up in New York, and Tokyo is just that, like, times 100.
Next level.
And then imagine in New York, you grew up in New York, like, I'm talking about myself. And, New York is pretty diverse, but that's familiar to you. You're in Tokyo, like, even in Shibuya, where there's hella tourists, it's like 95% Japanese, which I fuck with. Shout out Japan. But for me, as a foreigner, that just gets a little overwhelming.
I know exactly what you mean.
That's why I don't understand,
That's the one thing to me about it. Like, when I go there, as soon as I get there, I'm like, oh, I can stay here forever. Like, this is the best. And then after, like, 8 or 9 days, you're like, I kind of miss, like, seeing trash on the floor. And, like,
I don't miss
people
that.
being, like,
and I don't miss the
crazy.
crackheads.
It's not like I miss it, but I just start to feel like, oh, this is, like, it's almost, like, so perfect that I'm, like, starting to lose my mind. Like, I'm starting to, like, forget, like,
For
what
me,
the
it's,
real...
it's
I mean,
not about
the
the
real world,
perfect.
but you know
It's
what I
just
mean.
like, everyone is foreign. They're speaking another language, and it's just really isolating. And that's why the first time I was there, that's awesome. But after, it becomes like, it's too much. But I like going there to reset every now and then. It's gonna be a yearly thing, maybe.
Someone asked, has Heron ever played Fortnite?
No, I've never played Fortnite. I want to try playing Fortnite. I would love to.
You should do the Heron Preston Fortnite collab with the clothes.
I want to get back into video games.
Nah, I think it's a little late for that.
I think it'd be cool.
Heron gotta do a collab with someone new that no one has collaborated with.
Ooh,
Everyone's ran up to Fortnite.
Yeah. I want to get back into playing video games for sure. Do
Yeah,
it on the right.
GTA 6.
Heron Preston GTA 6 fucking outfit.
Oh, that'd be fire.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be super cool. Were you saying it's Cerulean Tower? Shibuya?
No.
Oh, you weren't?
I walked past that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a little more posh. I stayed at, I'm not going to say where I stayed.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah.
That's good. So, damn, you woke up late as hell.
I did. I was surprised. I didn't set an alarm. I thought I was just going to wake up at 12. Somehow I slept for like 14 hours or something. My body was killing me, I guess.
Mike, did you try the Balenciaga fragrance?
I did.
How is it? You like
Austin, I tried it last
What does it
night.
smell like?
We were there last night.
3 of them are really interesting.
Yeah.
And the other ones feel pretty classic, which makes sense. But it's like in a market of a million regular ass fragrances, I feel like you gotta come in with something really different. Because it's like, that market's full. I don't think someone's gonna buy a fragrance just because it's Balenciaga. When there's so many established people in that market, I think the ones that were interesting were what stuff that just smelled completely unique. But I don't wear fragrance, so for me it was just like, I appreciate it for the art of it, but
That's
not
a
for
whole
me.
nother world.
Not for me. They already got enough money for me. I mean, the whole fit. Once again, whole fit Balenciaga.
True.
Trent, yeah. You're saying, how was the fake mink show, Austin?
Fake Mink show is legendary, man. Shout out Fake Mink.
I heard he was fucking with the stream.
He was fucking the stream. On his TikTok, he reposted the clips. So shout out to Fake Mink, bro. We need to get him on stream. Tell him to pull up.
That would be hard.
Oh, shit. 13 West Indies AFES. Yeah, you probably have my West Indies. I sold those.
Damn.
We got to talk about the Air Force culture. That was like before SBs. I was a kid reading about all that online. All the crazy, the ones, the Air Force One Supreme. Not Supreme collaboration. It was a whole line of really premium Air Forces they did. And they had the ones with the clear air bubble, the clear outsole, so you can see the air bubble. All those are hella yellowed now, but that's some OG shit.
OG,
Jonah, you
yeah.
know about that. Or you're like co.jp.
Oh, the ones that just have the back part you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Kodak JP was.
You got to
my
talk
thing.
about that.
I like those.
Yeah, I was upset with those because I wore size 13 and they only came up in size 12.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I would have to buy the
Yeah.
12s and take the insole out.
Damn.
They've been relaunching so many of those though, which is cool but also kind of sad, because like they go from being these like unicorn shoes to now like you just see them on the street.
Yeah, but
and
at the
stuff.
same time, certain shoes like the OG releases are not even wearable.
No, yeah,
because
100%.
they're so, they just don't age well because all the plastic materials and the glue and shit. So retroing them just gives people an opportunity to actually rock the shoes. Like
No,
Taiwan's,
definitely.
for example. Taiwan
Yeah,
Air Forces.
I
That's
have
one of the
OG
best
Taiwans
shoes that
and they're-
Nike ever did.
Yeah, they're
Bro, I had
fucked up.
OG Taiwans in 2016 and they were already like kind
The
of sketched
patent
to
leather
wear.
like wrinkles up
Cracks,
when you wear them.
cracks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like shrivels
I
up.
feel like it all feels super low quality nowadays. Any store I go into, it's just like anything that's super manufactured just feels fake. Like, you know? What do
like
you
a
feel?
toy.
Yeah, like a toy. Like, and the shoes just seem small to me. Like, I can't explain it. They're just like, I don't know.
I just think it's weird to see a shoe on a shelf just sitting there and they have every size. That's like the same shoe that like 10 years ago you were on eBay for like 40 hours setting like every filter, like changing everything around trying to find them. And like now they're just there. You can
I
just
mean,
walk in and
manufacturer
like,
scarcity is good.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a brand, you actually want people to have demand and be fiending for your product. You got to make it exclusive.
Yeah.
Like, make money off something else. Don't just milk the shit that people want, because then people are gonna get bored. You can't give people what they want, especially rich people. When you're a brand and you have clients, like rich people, the more they feel like they can't have something, they're gonna pay more
they're
crazy.
gonna pay,
Like,
yeah.
so you just gotta milk that.
Keep it limited.
Exactly.
Access, right? Like, you gotta earn that access.
I mean, what's the rarest piece you ever dropped that you feel like when you were really a brand? I'm talking about not Rottweiler, not NASCAR, Heron, Preston, official era. Maybe before that, Street Sweepers, you know, when it was all DIY. But what do you feel like is the release that you did that you feel the most precious about?
I don't think this is it, but you have that narcotics. Do you still have that narcotics
Oh,
raincoat?
the raincoat.
The raincoat
Yeah,
that I did?
how was the release with that? Like, it was some...
I don't even think I
remember fully.
released it. I think I just
Okay.
made a couple. I think I
I
just
think
made
that was
a couple.
Miles Hall that maybe told me about that.
Okay, I
piece.
just made a
And put
couple.
it on my
I just
radar.
made a couple
Yeah.
of those. It was just like narcotics. But let me see in the
Friends and
HP,
family type.
Friends and family type. That's the
Yeah.
most fun.
What's
that
your
I had.
favorite piece that you made?
My favorite piece that I made. I found myself wearing these Carhartt collab pants for years. Like every day, I would wear those.
Really? What did those look like?
They're just black.
Okay.
With the style, the Russian style,
Oh, I love that.
Swarovski, like at the bottom of the leg.
Yeah.
What year was that?
That Carhartt collab was probably like 2018 or 2019. I wore that shit religiously.
You had the rare was the Putin shirt.
Oh my god!
You know.
Oh my god!
It's a little different now.
It's a little
but
different now, but
pre
at the
2022.
yeah, that Putin
like-
shirt. Virgil even was like, "Yo, I need that shirt." But you know, it was crazy because the logo, since it's Russian, KM20, the store in Moscow, was like, "Yo, you should launch in Russia." So I developed this relationship with KM20 in Moscow, and I started going out there a bunch.
Yeah, they were really putting on for the brands out there.
They were.
Like, I remember also they were one of the first stores that sold Vetements. So when I wanted to buy Vetements pieces, I remember all I could afford in 2016 was the hats. And they received the delivery like way before other stores. So I ordered it from their site and I paid the like $40 DHL shipping from Russia to get the Vetements, the Big Daddy cap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I mean, the store was beautiful. They had all these big sort of shops and displays, but they wanted me to come out and make a special, like, T-shirt for I forget what they were doing. They just wanted me to make a special T-shirt. So I did this Putin. I wanted to do like a souvenir bootleg, right? The OG Heron Preston, bring about bootlegs. Let me
Yeah, I
just
mean, that's the
bootleg
language for you.
bootleg a Putin tee, because you see these souvenir shops and there's Putin tees everywhere. So I did it with Swarovski, but they held onto the shirts until the presidential elections in Russia.
Damn.
And then they dropped them during the presidential elections, and I went out there and everyone thought I was,
It was like a political
it was
statement.
a political statement. And so I was getting pulled into all these interviews,
Damn.
asking me about my political stance, and I'm like, yo, I printed and made these shirts like a year ago. Like, this was for something totally different.
Damn.
That's
So
great.
I heard the woman who runs KM20, her husband is in with that like money.
I don't know too much about the family, but yeah, no. So no, yeah, it was tricky to kind of get out of that one because it was too aligned with like the political climate at the time. I was on like the CNN of like Russia going through the
I just
airports.
put you on blast, bring that up.
You know, it was like I was like, am I gonna make it out of Russia? Because I'm like on the news, but I think it was this big story on how like designers are like, it was fucked up. But that was a rare one. So if anyone has that shirt, that's super rare.
That's some lore. That's some lore.
Yeah, shit. Y'all already spoke about the DSNY collab, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
touched on it.
Did we talk about Nike? Like how you were working with Nike and everything during Ben Trail? Because I remember the Hood by Air show.
Yeah.
This is January 2014, fall winter 14 Hood by Air show, and they had all the looks. They loaned out the metallic, the moon. They were called like moon landing or something.
Yeah, the lunar lawn, like Air Force Ones.
Yeah, with the patent leather,
Yep.
metallic gold,
Yep.
metallic silver with
Yeah.
the lunar sole.
Yeah.
And they had those in a
Yeah.
bunch of the
Like-
looks in the show.
Yeah.
And that actually did a lot to promote that shoe and get hype behind
That's
it. Because
funny,
that was
I
like
remember-
peak of the time that show happened was peak of the HBA hype.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's
was at
what made me
Nike.
think that shoe was cool. Because when they first showed it, I was like, oh, what the fuck are
Yeah.
they doing? And then
Yeah.
I saw that and
And
I was like,
actually,
oh, okay.
I remember I saw you at that show. That was one of the first times I met you, actually.
Right. Yeah, that was a fun project. It was like my I used to work at Nike corporate here in New York on the marketing energy team, and my job was to basically like be the sort of link between the brand and the streets. That kid like in the streets, yo, we got the Yeezys, we got the Air Force Ones, like we only have 8, we only have 10. Who should get them first? That's how Ian got like the Air Force, the Yeezys. But yeah, Hood by
you all
Air.
seeded in the Yeezy 2s.
Yeah, yeah. Or like
That's
the
smooth.
ASAP
Yeah.
Mob destroyer jackets, like
Oh, yeah.
the customized
I remember
destroyer
those,
jackets.
yeah.
Like I was making all of those
Damn.
for them on Bowery
Nike
at-
Stadium,
At
right?
the stadium,
Yeah.
at Nike Stadium. So like
That was
I was
sick.
like in charge of Nike in New York for a couple years of just like connecting to all like my friends basically who ended up being the coolest kids in New York.
I mean, right place, right time.
Right place, right time.
Yeah.
But in parallel of that, I was doing Ben Trill. I was doing Heron Preston bootlegs.
Man of the hour.
You know, so it was just like juggling all these different sort of hats.
Someone said redrop the toothpaste.
You
Oh my
dropped
God!
toothpaste?
I dropped toothpaste with Kendall Jenner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a rare piece right there.
That's a rare piece too. My orange. If you have orange toothpaste that I did with Moon, Kendall and I linked up and we did orange toothpaste.
Nah, that's the rarest piece off rip, bro. I need that.
Yeah.
How'd that happen? What was the inspiration?
Just the color.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, they hit me up. She hit me up, and she was like, "Yo, let's just work together." And
Was
I was
it like really vibrant?
it was really vibrant orange. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that
Full
was.
ride free?
The answer is no if it took that long. Someone said, do I own the Drain Gang necklace? And that's funny because that reminds me, I got a crazy Virgil story. So Matt Williams, also OG Ben Trail, right? First show in Paris for Leaks.
Yeah.
And I pulled up because this dude OD, who's from that whole squad of those boys in Sweden, you know, he and I had been tight off of Instagram. We had linked up in New York, and he invited me to pull up to that show with him. And we were chilling backstage, and that was a show that Blade and Echo 2K walked in. But then we end up being at the show, and Virgil pulls up, and Virgil has the Ted Kaczynski Unabomber like face mug, the police sketch on a tee,
Right,
and I just thought that was so hard.
Wow.
Those were the
Yeah.
days of the hard tees.
I mean, that was a crazy crowd. You know, you had Ye, Virgil, and then you had Blade and Echo walking in the show, which is just like crazy crossover.
What show is that?
A Leaks Spring 2019 show.
Wow.
Collection, I'm not in love with that collection, let's be honest, but good moment for the culture.
damn, someone remembers to unfuck the world. Heron Preston Supreme tee. Did you ever see
You
that one?
designed I remember that shit.
Remember that
You did
one?
that?
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
Supreme is tapped in. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah.
I
No, I
remember-
didn't do the fuck the world Supreme.
unfuck
I
you-
embroidered.
Oh.
I embroidered in front of fuck the
Damn.
world,
No.
unfuck the world.
Guess Supreme isn't tapped in enough.
Yeah, we need to.
I mean,
unfuck the
Supreme
world.
is not tapped in enough because they got to work with me in Austin.
Right.
So
We need to tap
They
that.
wanted, James called me into the office. He wanted me to design the website for
Oh,
Supreme.
really?
Supreme.com was like going online.
Oh yeah, because it was SupremeNewYork.com, and then they switched.
And they didn't have a website, and I was like, I was making websites at the time. I knew how to make websites.
Wait,
And
when was this?
This was I couldn't do the website because I was moving to Paris for Parsons Paris, and silly enough, I was like James, sorry,
Oh,
I
you're
can't.
saying this is like 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, this was
Okay,
like
this is-
so. I graduated
wow.
Parsons in like 2000, I think 7. So this was probably like 2005 or 6.
Damn.
Wow.
Damn.
When
That's
I got
some OG.
I
mode.
got pulled into
yeah.
the office, and I was just like the downtown kid who knew how to do like digital stuff.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Yo, can you? We need to make a website. I hear you can make websites. Can you make our website?" And I was like, well, I'm going to Parsons in Paris. I don't think I can do it. I should have obviously done it at the time, but
Here's some burgers.
You
if
know.
want, bro.
We're about to be eating on street.
Jonah requested burgers.
They said, damn, I thought Heron was 25.
25.
Yeah.
You've honestly looked the same for
Do
mad long.
Have I
Yeah.
changed?
No.
I haven't changed.
You don't age, dude.
I'm
You
like,
got the Pharrell gene.
am I Unk now? Have I made
Bro,
it to Unk
we're
status?
all on.
We're all.
Yo, I'm about to be 25 this year. Give it
Dude,
up.
we
Mike,
met. We met when you were like 12.
Yeah. 13.
13?
Yeah. I met Virgil and Matt when I was 12.
Mentally, you're unk, bro.
Yeah.
Mentally, you're unk. I like being unk. It's I feel like I'm the same, but now people respect me a little more because it's like, nah, you a OG, bro.
Youngest OGs.
Young OGs.
You know, John Ross said Mike the Ruler is the youngest OG. He said that almost 10 years
So
ago.
it gotta be true.
And I guess it's still the case. Still the case. Still the youngest OG. We fuck with Salem. We were trying to get Jack to pull up on stream. Where he at?
Oh, I love Jack.
I sent him the Addy.
Jack is the man.
We got a lot of guests coming in. Mike, how
Yeah.
come you never make clothes?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
I think I have made stuff
Yeah.
that I've never shown. I've made a few. I don't want to act like I made a lot of stuff. I made a few samples. Every few years, I'll go and I'll work with a seamstress and I'll make something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's something about I think what's really intimidating, and I'll be totally transparent here, is like, give me a second.
Yeah. I know if Mike locked in on a brand, it would be the craziest fucking brand in the world.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of things I could make, but sometimes I think, what's the point? And actually, that's what it's really about, is I feel like these other brands already have a market share,
Yeah.
and you're coming in, and of course, I feel like I have a story to tell that's different. And I have something to say that a lot of people don't say in fashion, right? And I think it's just, what's the fucking point? Like, there's so many clothes out there.
So
there's
you-
so
you
many.
think
Like,
you
hold
already
on. There's so many things that are from the past that
Yeah.
you're still discovering, that are still gonna excite you. And I'm just like, man, I don't need to make more shit. When I'm making stuff, it's because someone else is already making stuff. I can't stop them. And are they gonna make something whack, or can I help them make something better?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like a lot of the brands I worked with, they make a lot of junk. They
Yeah,
make
yeah.
a lot of amazing stuff too, and that's what inspired me to want to work with those brands and not
Yeah.
others. But they make so much junk that I feel like if I can come in and I can help them improve their product, then I'm helping the world. But it's like, if I make a brand, I feel like I'm just adding to the bullshit by dropping more shit.
Yeah.
I can't change the fact these brands are out here every season making hundreds of SKUs, you
Yeah.
know? But if I can make those products better, I will.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially if I can get paid for it,
Uh-huh.
you know? So that's how I feel. And I think that's what's stopping me, is like, man, the world we live in today, there's so much other bullshit going on. Like, do we really need to make more shit?
Yeah, I feel that way.
But sometimes the clothing, the product is a vehicle for something else. It's a way to talk to the world.
Yeah.
And that's what I think about fashion. That's what makes it important, is like when a brand is a way to speak directly to the world. And the product is just secondary to that. And that's why I'm still interested in fashion, is people. That's the only thing that keeps me still engaged in this shit. Because keep in mind, I've been into fashion for 15 years, since I was 10 years old. I'm bored of 99.9% of everything. I'm even bored of the stuff I like. But what keeps me going is the way that these products and the community you build around your brand, the energy that creates, and the way it allows you to connect with people. And that's priceless.
It's community shit.
100%, and that's what's always had me so drawn to what you do, because I feel like so much of what you do, you set the trend in so many ways for how product and brand identity is actually secondary to the personality and the community you build around it. So not to discredit the product,
No,
but
I understand.
I think it should always be that way. Even when you're the one doing the most high level, most advanced product out there, that should still be secondary to the world you build around it and the way that people engage with it.
Yeah. I feel that 100%. It's beautiful. What do you think about that, Jonah?
I agree with like being, uninspired by product these days, just because there's like such a oversaturation of like just things getting made and like things getting,
Soulless
every time
things.
something sells out, they just drop it again, blah, blah, blah. But I still like clothing and like having a brand as a vehicle to get to somewhere where the brand is just like a symbol of a lifestyle in itself, and then you can do something that's like completely in a whole different industry with your brand name. Like when you did like the Mercedes thing, like shit like that. It's like through the clothing and through the t-shirts and through all of that, you were able to like work with like an automobile company and like make something that's like not even wearable. It's like a machine, and it's like that's the stuff that to me is like, well, if making these things can get me to a point where like I can tap into things that I'm like I don't even have any knowledge of, but I would love for them to like call me up and be like, hey, that's still interesting to me for sure.
Yeah, it opens up new doors.
Yeah,
What was
exactly.
the Mercedes thing?
The Mercedes thing, they hit me up to create a collection out of airbags to celebrate the 40th year anniversary of that technology in their cars.
What year was this?
This was, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, something like that.
Okay.
So I went out to Stuttgart and we shot the whole campaign. They sent me bags and bags, trash bags of like airbags.
Like used ones? Or
Used
like,
airbags that
what's
had
the
gone
one?
off, that had exploded in crash tests.
Oh, crash test? Yeah.
Crash tests, when the car crashes, the airbag, and they just cut that out of the steering wheel, and they were sending me all these airbags. So I would send those airbags to my factory in Italy and sent them some styles that I wanted to make, and we did like some women's pieces, we did some unisex pieces, we did some like double knee pants and like some workwear jackets. We did some sculptures out of the airbags, but
Damn, that sounds fire.
yeah.
You need to make a whole book of just everything you ever made, bro.
I know. I gotta start archiving.
Whenever I'm just
Yeah,
like,
true.
I've been collecting a bunch of old pieces and we've been just like taking product shots with them and shit.
Yeah.
But like the way I design things and stuff is just like, I'm building just that book, And
Seriously.
I'm like filling up that book, and it's all about that coffee table book that you leave behind when you die, bro. Like,
So are you saying that you're sort of thinking in the future,
Yeah.
10 years from now,
Yeah.
15, what that book is gonna look like?
It's true. And I also think of my clothes when I design it. I imagine it like when it's already vintage. Like,
Yeah.
So it's like, what makes me hyped is like thinking that someone will find it in a thrift store in like 20 years.
Yeah.
Be like, what the fuck is this shirt?
Right.
Like, just that. Like, it's graffiti type mindset where it's just like, it's in someone's closet. Like, it could be found like treasure one day,
For
Like
sure.
the Adam Sandler photo.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how he found it.
Adam Sandler just walked into a resale store and bought the Asspizza Carl's Jr. shirt, and like he wore it playing basketball and shit. Has no idea what the fuck it is. It's just like, it's so sick, bro.
So sick.
That was amazing.
Yeah, designing for the future, designing this whole entire experience. That's how I think about it as well.
Something I've been thinking about a lot is like when you're a brand, sometimes your most iconic products that happens after the fact, and these are things you made. The quantity, the production quantity, is so much lower, so people don't actually like engage with that product. They don't wear it because they generally find out about it after the fact. They can't get their hands on it, and then the things that have much higher production, that's way after the fact, and people just aren't. They don't feel those pieces as much as they really want this old thing. And I think the novelty and the exclusivity of something being from before your time makes it appealing.
Yeah,
but that just like, I don't know, from a conceptual standpoint, that's so weird to me, because it's like, imagine if the thing that people had the most was what they connected with the most. Like, if everything was less precious, would people even want stuff? You know, I think so much about what Ye does with the $20 thing, because it completely takes away like the ephemeral nature of the product, because it's just feels disposable. So you're only going to wear it because you want to wear it, not because it's rare or expensive. Those two factors are taken out of the equation. And I think if all fashion was that way, how would we engage with it? Like, would we care as much? Because I think so much of why we get hyped about shit is the provenance. Like, this was only available. So like that raincoat, for example, something that I couldn't get my hands on, I had to hitch you up directly to get the piece.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I'm thinking it's like everyone, all the Bin Trill boys, separately from Bin Trill, you guys were all doing like these separate little projects and kind of dropping things like at some little pop-up. Or I'm even thinking about the first HBA Bin Trill shirt, because that was something you guys just made for that party with Arca and Shane, right?
Yeah.
And then Ye wore it, and everyone wanted the shirt, so then they dropped it at V-Files.
Yeah.
And then
And
that
it was just like
completely
merch
changed.
for an event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just merch for an event. Yeah, we were just like the merch boys, just like printing up shirts.
Well, y'all were DJing too. It was a
Well,
DJ
you know, it was
crew,
like a DJ
you know?
crew. It was like before the merch, it was just like before the brand, it was like we were like a boy band.
Yeah.
You know, we were dressing all the same in the same shirts. I remember we like went to like Lids on like Broadway, and we all bought baseball hats from our cities, and we embroidered our DJ names on the side of the hats, and that was like our first uniform. But then it became T-shirts, and then the collab started, and then the brand started.
Yeah.
But it was really just like trying to just be goofy behind some DJ, some CDJs, and just like take on the identity of a boy band.
And then that context changed once there was all this anticipation and hype, thinking it was something more than it was, essentially.
Yeah.
And it's like, V-Files did the red and white color
Yeah.
that they didn't sell. That was before they dropped the shirt. That was just for like the V-Files crew. And I got that color. Also something I really regret selling, because you cannot find an authentic one of those now. On the fucking I think it was on a Gildan blank.
Yeah, no, those were fun. Those were like little fun drops that we just make shit like really exclusive and just have a lot of friends and family, because we just, you know, it was really for like us.
And that's what's so cool is then when an outsider like me at the time discovers that, having something that you can't buy makes it so much more interesting. And that's what I was talking about with like exclusivity. I think that ends up being a necessary part of fashion.
Right,
Because that lust for the product is a driving factor in whether a brand is relevant.
Yeah.
And if you're doing something just for y'all, but this is the thing, like, you guys didn't have the intention for it to be something that people are gonna want. Like, you weren't making it rare to make people want it.
No.
At that time, you guys were just making it rare because that was the circumstance in which it existed. And I think if people started doing stuff that way and not thinking about the consequences of what they were making and just making something for their friends to wear, then organically hype would come back. But everyone does it in this pre-planned way where they're like, oh, we're gonna do this limited run, we're gonna drop it at this pop-up shop, and we're gonna promote it this way, we're gonna send it to so-and-so to wear it on Instagram. That formula has been beaten into the ground.
Yeah.
It doesn't work anymore. So I think if people start making clothes just for themselves, for their friends, and they promote themselves through a vehicle other than fashion, then people are gonna want clothes again. Then there's gonna be real hype, like back in the day, like that niche kind of Nike Tier Zero hype.
Yeah.
You know?
Tier 0, yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, what would you think a Asspizza Heron Preston collab would look like?
I think can't use the bootleg concept because people took that, they ran with it. I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's a concept that I think you guys were definitely ahead of the trend on. Not a concept that y'all invented, but something that you guys maybe put in the context of the culture we're in.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but Asspizza Heron Preston collab. I think doing something that's not what people find familiar about either of your body of work. You guys should just do something that maybe you guys personally both fuck with,
Yeah.
but wouldn't be expected as an Asspizza or Heron Preston thing, especially not something people would expect from a collab. So no, bootleg is too obvious.
Uh-huh.
Don't touch that.
Got to deliver the unexpected.
Yes,
Right?
yes. If you want that 2013 energy,
I like that.
That 2013 energy, deliver the unexpected.
Yep.
I like that. What about sustainability, Mike?
I think producing,
Like
Not-
recycled products. Like,
of course, but that's not even the only answer to sustainability. I think the bottom line, before even going that far, should be not producing everything with the intention of growth. Like, make stuff because you know there's a certain audience for it, but don't feel like that audience needs to be bigger than what it already is. If you only give people, you supply less than the demand, just a little bit, and then people are gonna keep wanting it. If you keep giving people too much, there's gonna stop being extra people to come in to want to grab it. And that's why I think like what really took the shine away from what you were doing was when your brand was operating in all the wholesale accounts and it was essentially available to a way wider audience than your audience, and it lost the context, it lost the meaning. And I think when we look back at DSNY or Street Sweepers or NASCAR and all these little projects you were doing before, it was really something personal.
Yeah.
And it was attached to like you as this character in New York, you also being an affiliate of Bin Trail. And then when you had the brand, I think it moved too fast.
Yeah.
And the brand grew too fast, and it just got ahead of you. And you got to reel it back and do it everything with intention. Everything step by step, thinking, okay, is this me? You know, instead of just doing stuff on autopilot.
No, for sure.
You can't have someone
sometimes
else.
like a whole reset. I look at it as like a fashion house, tearing down the house to the foundation, and rising from there, and just redefining
brick.
by brick, or block. I call it block by block, block by block. So that's kind of how I'm looking at like the sort of relaunch or the comeback, whatever you want to call it. It's just like looking at this sort of house,
yeah.
figuratively speaking, foundation, and just like defining what is foundation and like building block by block, rebuilding the house, and then building back to like a full-on collection.
Yeah.
So like taking these sort of steps.
Dude, you don't need to start
I'm
with a
not
collection.
going into a collection. I'm not going straight into a collection. I'm like trying to use this time now that I have control of the brand again, to just like really sort of tap back into that like spirit, that product, that spirit that I had back when I was doing those projects. Like trying to remind myself
Fact.
in a way, you know,
Yeah.
unlearning some of the stuff that
I'm
I've
on the
learned,
same-
but then
same
tapping back in and sort of resetting.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a rebirth in a way. Instead of just jumping back into what I was doing. It's like maybe taking some of that learning, some of that DNA,
Yeah.
but refining it. I've grown up,
Yeah.
I've matured, I'm a dad now, I've
Yeah.
learned a lot of feedback from the past years. So it's like taking all this information and like refining. It's like a refined cocktail.
I mean, sometimes you got to fuck up to learn how to do it right.
right? You do.
And that's why
you know?
everyone makes
fucked up a
mistakes.
lot of times.
You know, all this
know?
internet shit, we all think people need to be perfect. That everyone is just like, they're always on point. But even the goats are not on point sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and you got to understand when we're all behind the camera, people are going to fuck up. And you got to live with that. And you just got to give people grace to be human.
No,
Because
that's why I really appreciate my fans that have been rocking with me for so long, because they just seen so many ups and downs and like fuck ups and failures, and like they've seen it all, you know. And it's
they're
like
still here with you, and
they're
that
still
audience
here
has
with
grown.
yeah, and it's
So-
really amazing, bro.
Can't stop us.
Yeah, it's ups and downs. It's like always mountains to climb. You know, no one's perfect. No one has the answers. We're just putting ourselves on this stage and just trying to like make
Yep.
make it happen.
Juggle.
Yep.
Juggle it all. It's like I don't have the lived experience. No one has the script to
Yeah.
life. You
Yeah.
know,
Bro,
we're
but
just
I
sort of
swear, like,
learning as we go.
the fans and the customers, like, they know they're not perfect. That's why they're not getting behind the camera trying to move like us. But if they just had the mentality that, look, you can do it too. You don't need to be perfect to be making moves. Then I think the game would change, because everyone would start doing stuff that they actually want to do and not feeling like they need to be someone else. Like, you don't need to be this person you think you are. Just be yourself.
Yeah, there's no script to follow. There's like, oh, he did this, so I have to do this, Because you could really redefine this whole shit. Like, there's no one who's taken it to the extreme. Like, you could always set the bar higher. Like, there's no blueprint, You could really just redefine this whole shit if you really wanted to.
There's no rules, right?
People were asking about factories. For both of you, actually all three of you, what do you feel like in terms of production, making a brand? Where do you want, you got to gatekeep. You can't have people trying to go to your factory, so don't name drop like that. But what do you think is the approach for people to find manufacturing partners and like actually make a brand and not just be in their crib on the sewing machine or going to the screen printer, actually being able to do more than that and make a pair of pants with riveted buttons?
Isn't that all on like
that.
Instagram? I see these videos pop up of all the factories and all the kids who go and do the reports on.
But it's like international shit, right?
International, but I also see like factories in like Jersey. They talk about going to like. Is that? I'm not sure how good they are, but like.
I know, in the city since COVID, we don't have any wash houses. Like, if you want to wash and dye stuff,
I was
it's
trying
really
to do that
hard.
today.
And I think there's a spot in Jersey where you can do that. But
there
you can't
are a
have
lot of those
everyone-
in LA too.
I mean, LA, of course, that goes without saying.
I mean, bro, you
But-
can't even buy denim or fabric out here or anything. I tried to buy that denim fabric in the back, went to like the garment district, looked in 100 different stores. You can't just find normal, good quality denim, And it's like, there's all this dress fabric and all this fucking...
Or you can find the good fabric, but they're gonna charge.
They're gonna
way
charge
too much because
there's got to be some dead
it's
stock out
Oasis,
there,
isn't it?
right? Some dead stock fabric.
But in LA, they have denim, they have everything you
Everything.
actually want,
Yeah, but it can't always be LA. We gotta bring
I know.
fashion back to New York. New York used to be a manufacturing hub.
I know. No, we do need to bring back, and that's my whole idea. Like, I had so much trouble trying to figure out how to get my shit made. Trying to explain the crazy fucking clothes we're trying to make to someone. They don't want to do it because logistically it's not like profitable for them, and it makes no sense, and it's annoying. So they'd rather just do the generic shit. So I always had this problem where I'm like, I got to do this shit myself, So it's like, that's why me and Heron were screen printing the shirts. It's like, I literally had to open my own print shop because too many print shops were saying no to my requests of like, all right, change the color, print on these thrifted
Something
shirts.
too
like,
complex
Because they're just like, oh, this is different? No. This is different? No, I don't want to do this,
And also something I
And
noticed
it's
in
expensive.
LA is like when I've gone and made samples in LA, it's a lot of clients all competing for the same factory.
Yeah.
And then it's whoever's placing the largest orders. You got to do extra shit. You got to bribe the factories. You got to make friends.
You got to
with
be
the
a
lady
their
that's
top priority.
doing the sales
That's the
there,
code.
and you got to send them flowers. And
That's the code.
All sorts of shit. Like,
You gotta
fuck that.
schmooze, get
But fuck
lunches,
that.
dinners.
Like,
you
why
know.
don't we just figure out how to make shit? We need more factories.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I do the cut and sew here. I got a screen print shop in Tennessee. My goal is to start these factories. I want shoe factories. I want all this shit.
Control it yourself, man.
Like,
yeah,
that's
shoe
why.
factory would be crazy. There's so little footwear manufacturing in the U.S.
And America has the space here, But like all the factories here are just like being used by one brand or something, and
I
it's
think
like
the
they're
issue-
comfortable and they don't want to grow.
A big issue though is the skill required for clothing
Yeah.
manufactured. It's like manufacturing. The people that are gonna work like low wage jobs that in the past, like clothing manufacturing in general, like manufacturing jobs are not super high paying jobs. The people that work for those wages don't have the discipline or they have too much of an attention deficit to work a job like that. They're gonna work at like McDonald's and be on their phone half the time, or go work in a retail store and do a job where it's like they're sitting around the whole day, man. You hardly have to do anything. When you're working with your hand, it's like damn, how do we tap in with
Well,
the
it's a
trade?
skill.
Now, how do we tap in with the tradesmen that are working construction and shit like that? Those are the people that actually have the discipline to work in manufacturing. How do you convert those people to start working in the clothing industry?
Yeah, well, it's
That's what we need.
also to run a manufacturer, you need all these machines. You need to know how to repair these machines.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
make these machines overseas, so it's
You
like
got to train staff to know how to use them.
yeah, you got to
Right?
just
like
start
this-
everything.
Start
like,
it up.
where do they make the machines? Okay, we need to make the machines in America, then we can.
I
make
mean,
the
for
factories.
sure, the wages can be higher. Like, obviously, if you're a brand and you're making a bunch of bread, you can afford to pay
Yeah.
people higher. But what I'm saying is, like, at scale, right? We can get a bunch of people in here that are going to work. We'll pay them higher. But and we absolutely should. Because that's the thing. It's like all the companies in the U.S., right? They're outsourcing the labor at the expense of the American workers. And, you know, it's a whole thing also even with, like,
Yeah.
look, I'm not going to get into politics, but I just got to say this real quick. Like, even with immigration, it's some of the largest corporations that fund NGOs that human traffic people illegally into the U.S., right? Because they're taking advantage of workers.
Uh-huh.
You know, they're taking advantage of everyone in America that would work, but for a higher wage,
Yeah.
just to backdoor it. Fuck that. Like, we're going to find the kids that want to work with us. We're
Yeah.
going to pay them well.
Yeah.
But look, that's not enough because we need more people. Like, you
Yeah.
can go and get 30 people in here, but how can we
Yeah.
get 100?
That's
right?
what I'm saying. So, like, I have so many kids that DM me every single day saying, yo, can we work? Like, I'll work for free, da-da-da. Like, obviously I want to pay everyone and treat them right, but, like, there's kids who want to work and make clothes and do all this, and it's like, if we had a factory, we could be making stuff and, like, actually pay everyone fair, and these are people who are passionate and want to do stuff like this, you know? So I'm like, every day I see all these kids, and I'm like, how can we get everyone involved on one big project, you know?
But I think the internet really fucked with people's heads.
Yeah, well,
Because
they
a lot
don't
of
realize
people
it's hard
think,
work.
A lot of people
Yeah.
also think when they could be the best one, bro, they could be the manager of the factory,
Yeah.
but they want to be the creative director.
Yeah.
Bro, you could be the manager of the factory and make just as much money as the creative director, but they don't even want to do that because they want the attention. It's not even
Yeah.
about the career, it's not even about the job security and the bread. For some people, it's about the clout. And they think, oh, well, I'm not going to have clout. Bro, it's like, I was just talking to, so I was in Tokyo and I was with a friend of a friend, and they were like, yo, I'm with my friend's younger sister. She wants to go to fashion school. Can you give her advice? And I was like, the best advice I can give you is don't try and be a fashion, like, creative director or a stylist. Learn the technical skills and be the person that is running the studio.
Yeah.
Because that's what the brands actually need. There's a shortage of that talent. You have
Yeah.
too many kids coming out of school wanting to be the face of the fucking brand.
Yeah.
Bro, we need so many people to make the patterns, to drape the fabrics,
And those are
to
the
do
real
everything,
heroes.
to sew. And it's like, you know how indispensable some of those skills are and how much these large brands will pay? Bro,
Yeah.
like, there's certain shit I can't say, right,
Yeah.
because of NDA, but I'll just say it without saying names. Like, you know, there's brands that need someone to run a production department at their brand. Let's say denim, right? You need someone to run all of the denim production for your brand. You need someone with that specific kind of experience, but you can't find someone. You go to someone, you want to hire them, they say, nah, you got to pay me more. I already have so many job offers. You're trying to poach them from another brand because they already have a job, but you need them so bad that you're going to throw a crazy bag, try and get them to leave their job. They say no, then you come back and you give them even more money. And then you work with them because that's how much of a lack of that kind of talent there is in fashion. If you come in and you learn how to do all the development, how to be in charge of development for launching a specific kind of product, like making sneakers with molded soles, right? If you went to any luxury brand right now and you know how to work with all the factories in China in terms of making sneakers,
Yeah.
bro, those brands will pay you more than they'll pay a celebrity for a partnership.
Yeah.
It's insane. Like,
Because these skills
but
are
this
being
just
lost.
goes
The
over
skills.
people's head.
Yeah.
It's a dying trade.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. These skills are being
learn,
lost.
learn. Like, teach yourself this shit because you're gonna.
There's like all these skills that are being lost every single decade because it's like, you know, every grandma used to be able to sew. Now they had to make clothes for the
craft,
house,
right?
you
That
know?
craft.
It's the craft, and
Yeah.
now everything's just like you could just, it's so easy to,
You know, now it's going to like AI, where these like these platforms that just design for you.
AI, make me a pattern for jeans.
Boom,
Print
done.
it.
I mean, fuck that. Then we don't need designers. We really need people that can actually make the products. Because right now, AI is not
Physical.
AI is not making the shit.
I know.
You know, and AI can't figure out the technical know-how
Of
of
swag.
making something so abstract. Like, you want to make a certain kind of treatment on a pair of pants. That's just beyond the parameters of what AI is going to know how to do.
Yeah, it's really
Because
hands-on,
that's
the developing process. You need to have those experts who know how materials work, how colors work, how things shrink, stitching, how to make stuff stronger than it was in the past. You know, there's all these sort of relationships between the materials, the colors, the washes,
Yeah.
all these sort of layers that only someone with the experience and that script for where they've been learned the failure, right? There's this sort of failure process that you have to go through to learn how to make stuff the best.
Yeah, no, it is. And with AI, it's interesting too, because it's like the one thing they can't replicate is like something unexpected and something like swagged out, you know? Like, so I always think, because you could type into like AI and be like, what would a Asspizza Heron Preston collab look like? And it will.
That's the word.
It will describe it.
Yeah.
Like, it will describe it perfectly. Be like, I did it because I want to see what it said. And it was like, oh, it will be sustainable, like uniform, like. But if you do something so unexpected, it low key fucks with the algorithm, and you want to always just be like, not knowing what you're gonna do next. You know, like the AI, we gotta confuse it. You know.
Hey,
Say hello to the stream.
I don't want to interrupt. I just want to say hello. How we doing? What's up? What's going on, boss? How we doing? Good to see you. Mike.
Look at those Dap Fest.
You're seeing this camera. We gotta do the full Clover stream.
Yeah, we got to do the Clover stream. This is 1/8 of them. We got
fire.
Man.
Clover stream.
We're talking about the
Here,
production
grab
end of
this chair.
things and how everyone wants to be the designer, but they don't want to do the work to actually
The
make the thing
mascots.
happen. You got to explain everything that happens behind the camera, because it's not just the idea you have, right? As the creative
not at
director,
all.
it's the Clover shit of really building the team to make that photo happen. So explain that, because it goes over a lot of
It's
heads.
so deep, and I think about it in like eighths. You know, so like everything is 1/8 as important to the next thing. You know, so if you're planning the idea, that's just as important as like executing. You know, I think a lot of people emphasize on just executing the photo or whatever it is, you know, and just so yeah, I think about things in like 1/8, and a lot goes into it. A lot that they don't see.
Yeah, I always say if people saw the process that went into anything, they wouldn't hate on it. You know,
Yeah,
if they knew how this chair was made,
Yeah.
there's so many parts that come together to make this chair, make this table, bottle this water to get it to the store. And it's like, you would stop hating if you knew all the fucking effort and little things that go into this shit, you know? It's like, these people are probably pulling off fucking miracles making this shit happen,
Bro, it's the engineering aspect of like, how do you get that bottle to be the most comfortable to hold in your hand and weigh a certain amount and be durable enough? Like, no one wants to deal with that. They just want to be the one who gets the credit for how the bottle looks in a photo.
Yeah. They think everything is just there.
People
That's
do
why-
it for the glory, you know? Like, no one's actually doing it I mean, there's a lot of people actually doing it to do it, but you should do it because you like to do it. And then, you know, if people know you and respect you after, it's like it's not the reason to do it.
We need to credit the developers and the engineers almost as much as we credit the designers. Or sometimes credit them just as much or more, depending on the circumstance.
What I realized is like, you know, my team is so like small, and like I'm friends with everyone on my team, you know, and it gets a little complicated sometimes because it's like I'll post them and do all this shit, and sometimes they think they're a superstar, you know,
They can't see.
like real shit, and it just like it fucks with their head to be posted and like all this shit. And
Well,
it's
not
like,
everyone wants to be in the spotlight, but I think there's a lot of people that would be happy to be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
That are getting the spotlight gate kept from them.
Yeah.
Even when they're working just as hard and thinking just as outside of the box. You know, like the amount of intuition and just figuring stuff out, problem solving that these people do is very similar to how designers have to come up with something new to keep the audience excited.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think we need to shift the attention and the credit a little bit.
I agree.
Focus that.
Yeah, distribute it more evenly so that, you know, everyone feels like they're putting it into their thing as opposed to it just being
They
one
said,
person.
who cares about credit? Product is product. Bro, the fans care about credit.
Yeah.
The fans care about credit. Like, they give a fuck. Like, they get excited thinking about this person, and then they want to know everything about that person. They become a fan of them. It's like, people are a fan of a designer not just for the products they're making. They're a fan of them like they're a fucking celebrity.
But-
you know, they care about everything, all the parasocial shit about that person.
Like, you think people are really interested in, like, how the whole process of how it's made? Like,
I
how
think
would you
there's
show
some
it to
people,
them?
you got to try. You got to put that out there. I think no one puts that out
Like
there.
the
I think-
behind the scenes,
Yeah.
yeah.
step-by-step process.
Yeah,
Sometimes
like-
it'll get a little bit boring though, because it's like, all right, I've seen these
Yeah.
a million times.
yeah.
I've seen these a
Yeah.
million times. Unless
Yeah.
you're doing something really special,
Yeah.
some process.
I think.
But
no
like,
one
I
is-
can't see another like sewing
Yeah,
machine
yeah, from multiple angles, like,
Bro,
Yeah.
fuck the sewing. I'm not talking about that. It's like the person who did the R&D to make sure a shoe fits
Yes.
your foot a certain way,
Yeah.
is comfortable, is durable, but also that's a crazy ass shoe. Like, if explaining the person who made the wildest shoe, like, I don't know, like a foam runner, right? Foam runner in 2017, whenever that debuted, that was groundbreaking. And you got to explain, okay, why? How does this shoe actually fit and be comfortable? How does the material age when you wear it and stay looking good?
They
Like,
study. It's like science.
It is.
You know, they study it. They have like doctors at Nike, engineers that study human body and athletes and how their feet react to the surface with no shoes, so they can study your bone structure and the impact of your weight, right? And so that's how they take all that information. They have all these little wires on your feet and your body, and they just study that. And so it's not just like creative people, like artists and designers. It's like real people who have like PhDs.
yeah,
and
I
are
mean, that's the highest level of it. And if people saw that, it would blow their mind. And I think there's a lot of people that would be fans of that kind of content that don't even know it because no one has shown it to them.
It's
Well,
really
Heron,
innovative.
Remember the first time we worked together? You were doing the upcycling program,
Yeah.
and I was documenting it with Everett actually.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, and we were, and that was, what was that, like 2017 maybe?
Yeah, 2017.
And that was kind of like the first time that I've been exposed to being able to have like a renewable fashion element, you know, and like actually like think about the impact and the footprint of what's going into this. And you know, we were documenting it and kind of like showing this process of people who are like developing all of these techniques to, you know, reduce waste and recycle clothes. And it's even what Austin does, you know, with the
Reviving,
revised-
yeah.
yeah.
Look, I mean, there's a certain kind of knowledge that you can't show because it's trade secrets.
Uh-huh.
But I still think there's so much that you can afford to show people.
Yeah. I mean,
And I
I have
just
nothing
think-
to hide. I want to show people everything.
I think a big thing with a lot of these brands, though, large brands that have these super talented people working for them in a lot of departments beyond design, they don't want people. They don't want those people to have the credit because then they don't own those people.
Uh-huh.
And designers have this power where the designer is bigger than the brand, and the brands have to bend to that and have to accept that this designer is bigger than their brand and is going to have other people wanting to work with them and maybe offering them more money, and that's just how it goes. But look, I think the brands and the corporations, they gotta get with the times, and they gotta understand that, like, in this day and age, everyone has the ability to market themselves.
Yeah.
So it's up to the developers, the engineers, technical designers as well. It's up to all those people to market themselves. And I think if you're one of those people, start promoting yourself, start marketing yourself, because then you just have more power.
Yeah.
And you open yourself up to more opportunities, which allows the greater discourse of product and just culture, like more things can happen. When someone is put in the spotlight, it allows more people to see them, which allows more room for new kinds of collaboration.
Uh-huh.
And that's just going to bring us all forward because people are going to do new things when new people meet. You know, there's a lot of people that aren't doing something they could do because they didn't meet the right person.
Yeah.
And if everyone can just connect, it's going to create a whole different landscape for culture.
I always imagine if just like every artist or whatever just like worked together, you know, on something, like on some like just funny shit, but like if everyone just shared it and the only goal was to make something beautiful for the world, you know, and like we used all the resources.
But we could also get rich off of that and get more clout off of that.
Yeah.
And people they just don't want to try something when it's not an established strategy. Like everyone's trying to be the celebrity because that's so obvious. That's everyone knows that formula. Let's just advertise. Let's give them the playbook for the next way to market yourself.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's hard work to get here. It's like the game is very fair, you know? So that's why I don't feel threatened at all by anything, because it's like, you know, we put in the years and the time and the failures and the risk and the anxiety and depression and all this shit. So it's like, if someone could make it here or make it further than me, it's like, I salute them, bro, you know? Because it's like, this shit, it's not easy. There's everything's balanced, bro, so.
And also, you know, providing opportunities for like the next generation.
Yeah.
You know, like actually endorsing like the kids, you know, and that's kind of like what Heron did. You know?
No
like,
cap. No cap.
and
On
it
the first stream, we saluted you for that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, always getting us involved and just, like, showing us what's possible,
Oh
bro.
man, thank you.
Yeah.
It's like, even the whole bootleg swag, it's like, you just got to do what you can, bro. You know, like, it's really...
By any means necessary, whatever you have at your fingertips, you can make magic happen.
You insert yourself into the conversation, like, you got to do what you got to do. Like.
Also with like getting older, you know, you need to always keep the mentality that you're a student. And you got to understand that someone younger than you, who maybe has less life experience, still has something to teach you.
Of course.
And that's why I always fucked with you and Matt and Virgil, because you guys gave us, took us seriously, you know? And that's rare in fashion. And also that's why, you know, you're going to stay on the cutting edge. If you're the big dog, you're going to actually stay the big dog by giving the kids a platform, because they're not going to steal your platform. You're going to keep learning. If you really have the sauce, you're going to keep learning from the kids, and you're just going to become more powerful too. So you're going to all grow together. And I think a lot of people have this misconception, and I have a misconception that like if they give kids a platform, they're going to lose their platform. But that's just the people. Maybe you don't deserve your platform. If you can't keep up, if you can't keep learning and adapting and keeping your mind fresh, you're just a vulture trying to steal the spotlight from someone else that deserves it more.
I agree.
So
These guys back here made this incredible film. It's coming soon. It's called Forger. Just wait on it.
Forger? What's Forger about?
Watch Forger. It's done in a week.
Closer.
We're finishing, and what's up, guys? Yeah, it's a pretty crazy sci-fi film. I can't say I see a lot of stuff out like that. We shot it in Turkey in like a quarry in a mine. And
Here, pull up a little closer to the
remote
mic.
locations. And so yeah, it's
Is this
cooking.
your first film?
Like short film. It's my second short film, but the feature's next probably. And so yeah, I'm really excited for
Where
it.
can
It's gonna
people
be-
watch it?
It'll be out on Vimeo. We're gonna have like screenings all over New York.
Yeah, if you're in New York, we're gonna have
Yeah.
theater screenings. Pull up.
I'm
we're gonna
pulling
go
up.
crazy.
Kian, you
It's
gotta
insane,
promote that.
bro.
You
It's
gotta
insane.
promote that.
It's actually out. No, and it's not coming out till like what, like April or something.
Yeah, it'll be
Like
out in the
April-
spring.
Yeah. So it's still a few months away, but it's actually like a testament to the next generation, and yeah, I'm excited
It's
for
sci-fi
everyone to see it.
dystopia, but done in a very tasteful way.
Yeah.
And the wardrobe's like very much modeled after like Helmut Lang, and so it's like we're going for it in like the same way Denis Villeneuve would like kind of like pay attention to the cinematography, pay attention to the shots.
Yeah.
So I'm excited.
The whole thing is curated.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
We just need to be creating, bro. It makes me
Exactly.
happy to
Yeah.
just see you
Love
know,
to see you guys.
these people make the fucking movie, you know, like
Yeah, here you go.
we all need to be creating. That's what it's all about.
And it's not about having the biggest budget or like a million resources.
Or the
you
big
know?
actors or none
No,
of that.
no, nothing. You don't need. You have whatever you need. You have. So just look around.
Wait,
and
they're
use-
asking an IG to follow to find the film. You guys gotta show.
Come on, you gotta just plug that.
What's
Yeah,
your
it's
intro?
private right now, but
It's private,
we're
but
trying to figure out how
You
we're
gotta
gonna
give
roll it
them
out.
somewhere to keep an eye on for when that film drops.
so this is the IG. It's Virgil with a bunch of dots.
Plug it.
No. Pull it back.
Go crazy.
You're gonna get 10 followers.
We're figuring out something.
No, those 10 followers are worth 100.
There you go.
No, I
That's
want-
the mentality.
I want to make movies, bro. I feel like movies are missing in this culture right now.
They are.
Like movies really shape the culture. I feel like in like the 90s and shit. You know,
Yeah,
like
for sure. I've been watching old movies.
yeah.
Like
yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock, like that old.
Yeah, the original cinema. Like
Yeah.
that's.
Yeah.
Now it's
yeah.
just so cooked, bro.
It's a lot easier
Going
to
to
make
a
a bunch
theater
of
now
clothes
is
than
like
make a movie.
Super
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
A movie requires
Nostalgic
so
thing.
much overhead.
Yeah.
You know, the amount of people involved that need to be paid, the amount of time it takes. You know, I remember one time as a little kid, I was an extra in a movie, and I was just someone standing in the background. But they had to film that shit literally like 6 or 7
Yeah.
times. It took a whole day just to film.
Well,
one
I
scene.
feel like movies are just like clothes, where it's like you could have a full team of people. You know,
yeah.
like
200, 300.
Oh, that's the
people.
collab. We got to do a film. We got to do a movie.
It would genuinely be insane and generational and inspirational. It would actually be.
Yeah.
yeah.
And you know, people would receive it so well. It is missing from the culture.
But it's also like Harmony Korine. He shot movies just with low budget, like shit like that, and it's like
The vision.
then
can
it
shine
took him.
through, yeah.
He stepped up from like hand screen printing shirts. You
Yeah.
could say the same thing to
Yeah.
making a real brand in Italy.
Yeah.
It's like the same way Harmony Korine started out making low budget movies and doing this. So
That was
it's
the
like
unlock. Those films were the
premier
unlock
name.
for me.
Yeah.
When I would see like Gummo or like Kids,
Oh, no cap.
Julian Donkey Boy, like
Yeah.
when I saw those films,
Yes.
I was like, all right, this
Bro.
is like the coolest.
that shit changed for me, bro. Like
Changed.
shout out Harmony Korine, bro. Like
For real,
those
the goat,
movies
the
just.
goat.
I'm
Y'all linked up?
Yeah, we did at Summer Smash. I seen him. I met him in Miami, and then I saw him again at Summer Smash.
And now he's making the coolest skate films. What's
Yeah,
the
Edgelord.
Edgelord. I
Yeah.
went to that event in Miami, and that was like the coolest skate film I had seen in a long time.
Yeah. No, he got me into Supreme too, because I was just into movies. So I had the David Lynch Supreme shirt and the Harmony Korine one with
With the Macaulay Culkin one?
Culkin,
Yeah, that's a good one. What's that film? Bum fights. That's not Harmony Korine. But I had a dream a few weeks ago that like Harmony Korine
Uh-huh.
was filming something like on a handheld camera.
Yeah.
And like talking as the narrator and just showing a bunch of really fucked up shit on camera, and I was like following him around while he was shooting this shit.
Uh-huh. And there was like some bum fight shit.
Yeah, it was some bum fight shit. It was like I'm not even gonna say it. It was some wild shit. Man, I gotta say something. Like,
Yeah.
the reason why I haven't dropped product, I'm not
Yeah.
afraid of the reception. I don't give a fuck about the reception. I want to make something for me. It's not even about how people feel about it.
Uh-huh.
I just personally, I don't even need more shit. The reason why I buy shit is because it already exists.
It's
you
like-
know, like I don't know. Like I'm not anticipating. Oh, I need to see something new. Blah blah. In terms of clothing,
You're
honestly,
satisfied with what you can buy right now.
bro. There's already enough shit. Like,
Uh-huh.
if I was so rich, if I had like millions in the bank and I could just buy anything,
Uh-huh.
then I would start thinking like that. But there's only so much shit. Like my mind doesn't have the capacity for that.
Yeah.
I wanna design shit, but I don't really care about the credit. It's like when I see something new that's exciting, it excites me. So
Yeah.
like once again, if I'm just improving someone else's product,
Yeah.
and by that I mean designing something from scratch. Like, that brand is going to make a certain number of products a year. I can be fully responsible for one product or 10 or 20, and those things are going to be exciting. And they don't even need to be something, I've designed a bunch of women's shit. Like, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
But that's good enough for me. I think one day, absolutely, I need to have a brand. But
Nah, actually, scratch that. I don't even need to have a brand. I just need to have a platform to really like say directly what I want, make what I want. That can't be someone else's brand. But I'm reevaluating at this point if it even needs to be a clothing brand. I think that's way too limiting. Because like what I want to do is so much bigger than clothing. Once again, it's about people. It's about speaking to the world. Like that may not even need to be about product, you know. So we could do, you know, whether you're a clothing designer or a filmmaker or a musician or a visual artist, bro, you could be a fucking politician.
Yeah.
Like there's so many people that are creating and messaging and connecting with people beyond having a brand. And I think like the older I get and the more I experience the world, that seems so one-dimensional to me. Like having a clothing brand seems more one-dimensional. I think, look, someone can make the argument, oh, like when you were 16, you should have made a brand. The person I was at that time, absolutely, like that would have made sense for who I was then, and that would have like been my purpose, right? I could have done that. I mean, I don't think there's many 16-year-olds running brands and actually calling the shots correctly.
Yeah.
But like I could have done that, right?
Yeah.
So I'll take that. But right now, what I want to do, it's bigger than clothing. And I think if I'm really going to step out and do something on my own and make my source of income completely like my own thing, it's not just going to be a brand. I mean, you're not just a brand. We're on a fucking stream right now. You know, like this isn't about selling t-shirts.
So what do you think the bigger picture is? Like, what's the message, you know?
I mean, that's the really interesting thing about streaming, that Scrum meets the streaming, is like a streamer is a person that speaks directly with their audience. They're also a celebrity, but then they can go out and start all these other things. Like you can do all of that. I think being a personality and being a speaker that's it.
Well, that is a brand, low key, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just don't make it all about having a brand.
Yeah. I never
what
saw
feels
my
natural.
shit as like a brand, you know, like. But it's becoming that.
You know, some people are just designers because they don't want to be the one speaking to the camera. You know, they want to be the designer and they want to
They
be all
speak in
shy and
different ways.
mysterious.
Yeah.
You know, look at all these people that are all mysterious and shit, and people think it's a strategy, bro. Some people are just, they don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
So they want to play hard to get because they're afraid of being on the camera and not having shit to say.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people that we still fuck with, bro.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that are celebrities but act all mysterious and shit because they don't really have too much to say. And they can do it.
And they might also be scared to like say something that might reveal themselves or like something.
They're insecure, whatever. We don't need to analyze that, but it's like, you know, when you make music or you make a piece of clothing, it's really calculated and it's really like you have all this time to make this thing before the world sees it. When you're behind a camera and you're talking, it's spur of the moment. You got to be on go.
Yeah.
Like you got to be ready in the moment. As soon as you freeze up, the camera's still rolling.
Yeah.
You know, like shit.
No, like I just feel like I put myself out there so much already where I'm just like, you know, there's nothing to fucking hide.
You're in it.
Like,
You're in it.
Hide.
Yep.
Everything to gain.
But I feel like it's the best way to be. Like I'm very like open with my mistakes to my fans and stuff, and like, you know, I show them the ups and the downs because it's not just ups. You know, there's a
Right.
lot of like low points.
That's life, right?
Yeah.
Vulnerability, practicing that. I mean, I got a tattoo that says mistakes are okay. 1873 because when I was born, my birth certificate had the wrong birth year.
18.
18. So when my birth certificate says I was born in 1873, and my parents didn't notice for like 2 years.
What?
No, I'm serious. But when I discovered that, I was like, oh, that's a cool mistake.
Yeah, that's great.
So that was my very first tattoo I ever got was 1873, mistakes are okay.
Love it.
And that's
I
just
love
a
that.
sort of, that's the vibe, right? Like ups and downs, like we're all human, like
Yeah.
we make mistakes, but sometimes those can become the beginning of a great idea.
Of course, bro. It's the mistakes that are
they're
cool.
saying you
like,
gotta talk your shit. What do you gotta say to this shit?
No, it's just this one guy.
someone's bullying Jonah.
I think he knows.
We'll
who-
talk to the
we
haters.
know each other.
It's probably
a little
someone
bit.
you know. But fuck that. Fuck that.
It is someone I
like
know, but it's fine.
you have a brand. You've
Yeah.
been behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Tell people about your story.
Yeah. My store. Well,
What you're trying to say through your product, through your platform.
you know, that's something that I'm still like. I change my mind about it all the time. You know, like things that I thought I wanted like 2-3 years ago, and I was like, that's my mission. That's what I'm gonna do. a year later, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know if
The
that's
stakes
even
aren't
like
so
where
high.
I'm
The
at.
mission's
You know?
always evolving.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
let people see you and your mission evolve. You
Exactly.
know, Austin has changed over time. I've changed over time. Heron has changed over
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
It's
You know,
constant
it's not that
changing,
deep, bro.
You know.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like I could answer that question, but it's like, you know, it might be
Still
something, it might
finding,
be something
you know,
different
it
in
takes
6
time to
months. You
find
know?
your
Bro,
voice.
it's always different. Say how you're feeling right now. What are you trying to do right now?
Right now, I just want to make stuff that makes me feel how I felt about other stuff when I was like 15, 16.
That's always
and like
what
just
it is.
discovering
Yeah.
everything and just wanting to go deeper. You know, I feel like there's not a lot of product anymore that does that to people. It's kind of just like they're waiting to be told what's dope, you know? So kind of just making things that, you know, if I was the person seeing them, would like it would make me want to
What aspects of a
natural
product?
people.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a feeling.
Yeah.
Tapping into that
Yeah.
feeling that you
What
remember.
aspects of a product like draw you to it? Like let's say the Co.jp Nike products from the late 90s, early 2000s. What about that
I think it's
is appealing?
a combination of like not being like too overdone. Like it's still simple. Like a lot of those shoes are really simple. They look like they could be like GRs, you know. But there's just little things about them that are like a little different. Like when I see like a Vibram sole on like a Converse shoe, I'm like, that's so cool. Like I don't see
And
that
there's so
that
many
often.
shoes
Like
with the Vibram sole.
yeah,
not
but
on
like
the Converse.
exactly,
Yeah.
like it just simple things that just have one little thing about them. That's like, wait a minute, why is
Tickles your
this
brain.
one? What? Yeah, what's different about this one? Like I saw, there's these Timberlands that I bought last year that I'm like obsessed with. They're just all black leather, but they just have the Gore-Tex logo like embossed into the back, and they look the same as like any all black Tims, but just that one logo
That
on the
subtle
back.
twist.
I'm like, why did this one get that? Like, why did they be like, yeah, let's just give this all black
And was
one
that like a
you know?
a special product, or was just a GR that you?
No, it's just, I mean, I don't know. I just saw it and I was like, that
It's like
one.
that cool
you know?
weird shit. Like,
So
yeah,
just
sure.
making stuff that's like, I don't like stuff that is too, like, avant-garde more or less. Like I like stuff that feels like familiar. You know, like my favorite brands are like Polo and like Supreme.
But
and
it
like
still has to
stuff
be
that's like
special.
kind
Still
of
has
familiar.
to
Yeah.
reach a certain.
So that's kind of what I'm on. Is
Yeah.
like something that everybody has like worn a version of it before, you know, but it just has like a little
familiar.
twist. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I call that instant language.
Yeah.
That when you see it, you get it immediately.
I like
Yeah.
that.
The cherry on top.
Damn.
Everyone's got to peep Jonah's conspiracy about Elvis because it's crazy. It's on Jonah's TikTok. It makes a lot of sense. I'm
What's the
just saying.
conspiracy?
So I watched this documentary about K-pop
Uh-huh.
and how like K-pop is like owned by they don't have record labels that own their music. It's owned by their government, and a lot of K-pop artists get paid a salary. Like they don't get paid like for their music or like performances or anything like that. They have like a salary, and
But how big is the salary?
I mean I don't know. I don't know
Yeah,
I don't know if they disclosed that or not.
It's definitely healthy.
Yeah. This doesn't go for every artist, but there was like certain ones that, you know. And I just remember thinking like, you know, I'm sure that happens more because the purpose of it is like they want to control the narrative of pop culture and not let too many people outside of their influence like
Yeah, you can't
influence
have
the
a
fans.
Korean yay happen.
Yeah, exactly. So I was thinking about that and I was like, you know, that probably happens like more often than we know with like other people. And then I just remember like thinking back to seeing photos of like when Elvis went to the army,
Yeah,
you know, and it's like
That's just
they
sad.
never actually cut all his hair off, but like they cut everyone else's hair off. They let him keep his hair
Because they wanted that photo.
because they
of
want that
him,
photo.
like,
And there's
Elvis.
like no photos of him actually like in the army. There's just a photo of like him wearing the uniform and like standing in front of a tank, and he's just like.
So
"Ugh."
you think he
And-
didn't actually have to serve, and they just wanted the
I
photo
think they
op
just
for
found,
propaganda?
yeah, I think they
Yeah.
just found a super talented kid who looked like an American hero, and they were like, hey, we're gonna pay you to like sing your music, and we're gonna like bring you out of your hometown, but you're gonna like promote America basically. And you know, he never played a show outside of America his whole career.
Yeah.
He only
At the
performed
time,
in America.
artists were traveling internationally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was
Totally.
they say what's his name fucking trapped him in America. Right?
His manager named the Colonel.
Yeah.
That's the other funny thing. His manager was a guy who was like a circus, like he owned a circus, like a traveling circus, and he discovered Elvis.
No, it's
And
so
he
messed up.
would
Good
never
story.
let him
Good
go.
story.
Anyway, I just think, you know, and then he sings Viva Las Vegas, and he does the Honolulu movies.
an
It's
ad
like
for
he's
America.
promoting these like cities
But
like
that's good,
as
we
they're
need
growing.
propaganda, you know?
Yeah,
Everyone has
So
propaganda.
I think they were just like, you're the
So-
face of America now. We're gonna make you, everyone think you're a war hero. We're gonna put you in movies about Hawaii because we want people to go to Hawaii more. Like, we're gonna have you
no
only
matter,
perform in
no
Las
matter
Vegas.
which side of the coin you're on, the other side has propaganda. So your propaganda needs to be better than theirs.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's a fake artist. I just think he was being manipulated by.
Yeah, I mean, the government sponsors Mr. Beast to fucking make
Yeah.
videos about fucking military
Yeah.
and shit. Like, he confirmed
Or it's like
it.
when Billie Eilish does like, talks about like Joe Biden or something. It's like,
Yeah.
that's a check. You know,
Yeah,
it's
of
like
course.
whether or not she actually, maybe she loves him, but like it's still a check. You know, it's
Yeah.
like.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, how many people we have in the culture who actually talk about what they want? You know, you have so many people that are just a vessel for someone else's agenda. You know, whether that's a brand trying to sell a product or a politician trying to get into power. You know, a lot of celebrities and influencers are just actors. You know,
Yeah.
they're just a billboard for other people. They have enough of a personality to be popular and have an audience, but they're not an Asspizza.
Yeah.
You know? So
That makes sense. It's like the Truman Show. Like when he's starting to figure everything out and they're like feeding the lines through his friend where he's like, I would never lie to you. And they're like, tell him it again, tell him it again. You know, it's like, that's like a lot of these people in the media. It's like they're just being fed to purport
Yeah.
the narrative, you know?
they're trying to promote Nike or Adidas.
Yeah.
They're not wearing shoes that they went and picked out. They got sent those shoes. They said, hey, wear these shoes.
The world is the
Because you
stage.
got these, no one else can get these shoes, but we'll give you them for free. So you're gonna wear them.
Didn't you
That's
get
us.
the Trump stickers?
Yeah, someone, Kerwin gave me them. It's
Damn, that would have been
birthday
crazy if the campaign sent you them.
present. That would be crazy.
They're not tapped in enough.
Imagine
I
they
feel like
send
they
it to
kind of
us
are in a
directly.
way.
Oh,
No,
they,
the
there's
design of
someone
those
who
They did a lot of
seriously
boo-boo.
everything.
The design of those shoes was trash. I'm sorry.
And it's
They
just
coulda
some,
went
like,
way harder.
fake Jordan, like
That was some
Alibaba
Alibaba
shit.
fucking shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they started going crazy. They made Tims.
They
They
did
made fake.
Tims?
Yeah, they made
Tims.
fake Rolexes.
Oh, I saw the watch. They
yeah.
did the fake watch.
Yeah.
They need a creative director, man.
They do. They probably have one.
I hate to say it, but the Harris campaign was smart for that real tree orange hat. So simple, such a fried design, but like with their demographic, it was like, how do you
Some
dilute?
trendy shit.
It's some trendy
Yeah, I
shit. It's
saw
like
that one a
literally
lot.
like the
I saw a lot of that.
whoever, all the celebrities were wearing the real tree fat Yankee praying hat.
Yeah.
And that's some like Labubu swag. So it's like, how do we take that and dilute it to even more low vibrational audience?
Yeah.
What do you think? Bless
They
you.
won. Like people still wear that fucking hat. It wasn't a MAGA hat level hype, but it, like that hat is iconic.
What do you think is the crossover between real tree camo and like that audience of people?
But it was
like
also,
why at like
but
a
that was
matcha
also
cafe
the message
will you
behind
always
the
see
hat.
real tree? Like,
It was like, how do we make something to people that seems like, for them, I think it's they want to be like,
it's like
it's kind of a psyop.
juxtaposed.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's working class. It's this like white
Yeah.
working class Americana imagery, and they want to be able to have the like stripes of that. They want to have the blue collar like
Well, I think it's also some
authenticity.
ironic shit. Like,
Yeah, like,
that
it's, like,
too. Yeah, it's like
juxtaposed to be
mocking.
funny.
It's
Yeah.
like mocking
Yeah.
what they perceive as the Trump voter with that hat. But that hat was, they were on point with the hat. I hate to say it.
It's like why people wear Carhartt and they don't be working. You know? It's like,
Can't be working.
Like, why are you wearing double knee pants? Is it to suck dick?
Hey, you know, Jonah's wearing double.
Yeah.
knee.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
All right.
Alrighty.
Yo, chat.
Yo, chat. What up?
Closing messages, guys. Any more questions? Any questions for these guys right here? We got these talented people in a room right now. What do you want to ask?
Because I got a dippy doodle.
So, Heron,
What?
then relaunch. When are you expecting it?
Oh, right before the holidays, end of October, beginning of November.
So the
2025.
product's all finished?
Yep, we're gonna be focusing on direct to consumer,
As it should be.
online
Yep.
only.
Yep.
Website is redesigned.
Fuck the middleman.
Seriously, and yeah, so we're pushing. I'm working night and day to get this thing ready for like end of October, beginning of November.
Dude, I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
psyched. I'm
excited.
psyched. It's been like 2.5, almost 3 years since my last show.
Damn.
Wow.
So I'm psyched. I'm excited.
It's gonna be good.
You're doing a show or?
No, since the last show.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not going into a collection right now. I want to
Yeah.
like rebuild
start
the house.
with the product.
Yeah,
Collection
start with the
is
product.
too.
I've been
too
like
moving
working
too
on
fast.
fittings. I've been doing fittings. You know, like fittings on fittings on fittings. Like
As
just,
you should.
You know, just
You
get
know.
the fit right because that's something I really value and appreciate when I buy clothes. You know,
Yeah, it
nothing
can
is-
be a LA apparel sweatsuit.
right?
man.
It's like so fittings on fittings on fittings, getting the fits right. That's the most important. Those are the blocks that I'm going to develop that will help
I
rebuild
gotta say
the
the
house.
finishing better be on point too.
Everything.
When I like a piece of clothing, it's not just about the fit. It's got to be finished right.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
I want to see that something has structural integrity.
For sure. I mean,
Alright.
everything down to the details.
What's one piece of advice you could give me to take my brand to the next level?
To take your brand to the next level.
Yeah,
Um.
because I don't be doing fittings and shit like that.
Well, I mean, you don't. What kind of level, I guess, are you?
Like, I just want to go in kind of a more mainstream direction just to get, like, new audience to see my shit. Because I feel like I've been selling to the same people for so long, and it's like they can only own so many clothes, you know? So just to have more of an impact, I just want to grow my audience, you know?
I saw that for me, distribution in different markets around the world was
Uh-huh.
really helpful to kind of get in front of new consumers that
Yeah.
might not be following you on Instagram or you know on stream, but
Yeah.
they might shop in these shops. So having some wholesale, not too many. You don't want to spread
Just so they
yourself too
can see
thin.
it
Just so they can
physically.
see it
Yeah.
physically, touch it.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, I'm talking about like in parts of Asia.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I'm even obsessed with like developing markets like India.
Yeah.
Brazil is a huge market. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's fucking a
Jakarta.
million kids in Brazil who probably love you down there.
I need to tap into
So
it.
it's about tapping into these markets that can unlock a sort of global presence.
Yeah.
Just growing your audience.
You know, growing that's
and customer
you know,
base.
You know,
Yeah.
because you did the states, right? You
Yeah,
did all
yeah.
the states, but now take that internationally, pop up.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
said y'all got to pull up to London. Austin, you got to do something out
know.
there.
right? Like kids are saying Mexico, pull up to Mexico City, do your pop-ups
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, London, Mexico
time
City,
for the world
you
tour.
got to do some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Go as far as Australia. I mean, that's far as hell. But
Yeah.
like, you know, everyone's tapped in, and they want to experience things offline.
But we're not coming to your fucking small town. Not yet. Not yet.
No, that's good. That's good. That's next.
Right? Italy, France, India's tapping
Yeah.
in. Right? So you see
Look,
Malaysia.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
So,
London,
like-
Mexico City, Mumbai, Milan.
And that's how
Of
I
course,
launched. I did
of course.
a world tour. So it started in Russia. I started in Moscow, and then I went to Milan. I did Paris. I did London. I had several retail partners who helped sort of
Yeah.
organize stuff in those cities, but I did a sort of world tour, and that's what everyone's sort of mentioning here. Iceland,
next.
Switzerland, right? So like do a world tour.
That's next.
Yeah.
Yes, That's
Yeah.
next.
Certain places are more priority than others
Wow.
because there's more of an audience there. You got to figure that out.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice. All right, let's wrap this up. Anything left? Mike, what's your final word?
Final words? fuck everybody. Fuck everybody.
All right, we'll end on that. Guys, love you. See you next Thursday.
All right, guys. Thanks for tapping in, chat.
Yeah. And shout out to Heron for coming on here, man. Always showing love.